Suppose that leaves us with the question of what's everybody watching on TikTok?
I don't watch TikTok.
I wouldn't know.
We're not cool. We're not cool enough.
Everybody in this group is like, what the hell's a TikTok?
I know what it is. I just don't go there.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You could not pay me to install it on my phone.
Isn't it illegal for you to actually have it on your phone just because it's like Chinese spyware?
Oh no,
Everything is Chinese spyware.
Yeah, I was gonna say that whole thing just kind of fell off.
It's
And
yeah. If you're gonna get rid of Chinese spyware, what's the world coming to?
I'm
In
sorry.
this particular case, what was so funny is like no one's talking about, like, at no point in any of the conversation in America was banning TikTok something that was going to be required on personal devices. These people were using their federal work phones to watch TikToks.
Oh,
Yeah, they kind of didn't put that part in all of the media coverage because that would have kind of changed everyone's opinion on the matter. And yeah.
Are you still running through a different mic? Josh?
I shouldn't be. Is it bad quality? Hold on.
It's not like super bad quality, but it does sound a little lower quality than what we usually get from you.
Let's see what I can do here.
you've done that thing where you change your input.
Probably. Discord being Discord.
Oh, it's usually your OS that does that.
Okay, does that sound any better at all?
Same.
Same.
A little bit less poppy, but
Oh,
okay. You still getting me through? Okay, I'll just turn my gain down a bit.
Yeah, you're fine.
Let's see.
But yeah, I'm sorry. If anybody's gonna harvest my data, it's gonna be all the random Russian websites.
I found the problem.
This should be a market improvement.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, there we go.
Discord decided to, for some reason, of all the connected devices, Discord wanted to use my webcam.
Yep, it does that to me too.
See, here's the thing. I don't ever actually have an issue with it like reverting to a different audio device. I don't know why. Mine has never done it. Maybe it's possible because I use third-party applications?
I do too, but in my case, I move. So I relocate the laptop out into the living room every now and then so that I can, do something while Haley watches Sailor Moon. And only Sailor Moon.
No TikToks.
Better than TikTok, yes.
No, I mean I don't get a choice. It's just Sailor Moon. No joke. Given the option, she will pull the Sailor Moon DVD out of a stack and start chewing on it.
I mean, that's one way to get some sort of vitamin and mineral that the moon has. I can't think of right now. Iron? Moon iron? I don't know.
I don't know.
I was going for something there, and then it did not pan out the way I wanted it to.
I don't know what minerals is the moon made of. Boron.
That's kind of depressing, though. Not even Bluey? You can't fish out a Bluey?
No.
Oh, Bluey's great.
I mean, I'm sure that if we had some Bluey DVDs or something, I'm sure she'd be moderately interested in it. No, it's something about the old anime OSTs. I blame my wife.
I just suddenly remembered. Sorry, yeah, Bluey. I'm gonna just get that Kids deal for the TV.
It's on Netflix. Or not Netflix, Disney Plus.
I don't have Disney
Plus. Yeah.
Not giving money to the mouse.
I don't have it either.
It's on YouTube as well, without the banned episode.
Band episode?
There's a band episode of Bluey.
Oh, the one where the it calls himself fat or something like that, right?
It's the one where the dad pretends to be pregnant.
Yeah, that tracks.
And it got banned on Disney Plus.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I did know there was that.
It might be banned in the US. It might be banned in the US, actually. Because I know Australia and the UK still have that episode.
Yeah,
bootleg it for you.
I just remember there was that controversy in an episode where Bandit's like, "Oh, I need to lose weight" or something like that because it was quote unquote fat phobic.
There might have been a controversy, but I don't think the episode was pulled.
I haven't seen it recently, so. Anyways, any questions, comments, concerns?
What was going on?
Who's on first?
Yeah,
What were
was
we
going
doing?
on?
I don't know. You were all here. I don't know what happened.
Oh, you went off to do your thing.
Yeah, I went to go to
Okay.
work.
No, not in real life. I remember you went to go to work in real life, but you went off to do your thing in
Yeah.
game.
So yeah, you went to work, and then Yax went to work. So then we had a backstory from Vance.
That was it.
Yeah, just establish the plot reasoning why whatever Ian's going to pull for my big reveal is, whatever that is.
Black sheep. Bit of a black sheep.
Yeah.
Yes, you're very altruistic, and
Not as altruistic as the rest of them, though.
no.
Yeah. While the rest of them are out there having who can have the noblest death competition, I'm just trying to survive.
And not be a douche about surviving.
Yeah.
You want to know who else is not a douche about surviving?
Today's sponsor. No.
I wish.
Gamer subs.
The G Fuel sponsor us, yeah. They sponsor everyone.
There you go.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow, yes.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Do we want that kind of sponsorship? Like, it just kind of...
It pays the
It's
bills,
like a
guys.
tramp stamp.
It's
you know?
money. We'll shill. Yes, if you're watching.
Hello,
Come
Fresh.
Yeah. But no, my point being, like, a Raid
not
Shadow Legends sponsorship is basically just the tramp stamp of the internet world.
Don't say that. They won't sponsor us now.
Are you kidding? No, there's been some very well-known content creators that have just bashed on Raid Shadow Legends. They still get the emails.
Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah. So, yeah, if you're watching Chinese spyware, Raid Shadow Legends.
Which is actually funny. Raid Shadow Legends also treats every streamer like a tramp stamp because they're just willing to put themselves on anybody. Like,
I'll tattoo your name right next to everybody else's.
it's a very
the bike of sponsorships. Everybody's had a ride.
Uh-huh.
And on that note,
Only recently hatched, he's still rather large, about 17 feet long from snout to tail.
I'll be handling a lot of the diplomatic affairs.
There's nothing worth fighting the Mokir over for anyways. Nothing of physical value, at least.
I'm really hoping there's going to be some money here, because if not, there's only going to be 3.
but we're going to cut this out because this is where the intro is going to go blah, 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 blah. Overly excited dragon.
Yes, I'm here. We are back for another game. I am Ashar, here to tell you what happened last time so you can be prepared for what happens this time. So, last time, we had a continuation of the discussion about security measures and what we can do because Cervantes really doesn't like Mr. Nightmare in his town doing his shady slave trading. He thinks Nightmare thinks it's good for business. And Cervantes says, we can get you better business if you do something else. But that was kind of shelved because Enders wanted to go meet with the robots in the robot city. I don't know if that city has a name. I'm just going to call it Robot City. So Enders went, Yax went because we don't want Enders to get shot. We need someone with security clearance. So while they were gone, we had a moment with Vance. Got to know a little bit about him and where he comes from. Apparently, the black sheep of the Goody Two Shoeses. So it was interesting. Anything to get a deeper connection with my friends is a good thing. So now we're waiting for Cervantes, Enders, and Yax to come back from their trip, so we can see what's happening next.
Yax, do you want a very long walking scene, or would you rather just skip forward to arriving?
I mean, the desert's quite nice this time of year.
Tumbleweed blows by. It's the same tumbleweed that you've seen 12 times.
And following him.
He's got to have some kind of mystical presence. We might need to investigate that. Can I use divination on the tumbleweed?
Camera zooms in. There's a little hamster inside the tumbleweed.
Or a frog. Just every time the tumbleweed rolls by, it just starts playing telephone.
I'm guessing.
We will go forward. I will. So, hello, this is the city. It's all broken except for that power plant in the middle. I will. We will walk up. I will introduce him to the machines and say, I don't know, do your negotiation. This is who hired us to come turn you guys back on, and we move on with our day. That's the plan, at least.
Well, we'll go ahead and just
We don't get shot by robots or eaten by sandworms or a building falls on us. I don't know. Let's hope none of that happens.
We don't talk about buildings falling because otherwise we got to go back to that scene, the cutaway scene. We'll just go ahead and fast forward to you arriving at the power plant. However, I don't want this to be swept under the rug, so to speak. As you make your way through the city with Enders in tow, you notice something. There is significantly less city than there was before. And it becomes painfully obvious of what's going on as you get closer to the power plant. Millions, if not hundreds of millions, of maintenance drones fly to and from the power plant. Those flying to the power plant have rebar, steel, concrete clasped in their mechanical limbs.
Disassembling it.
As you enter through the big metal gates, you are immediately greeted by 3-4 Error. He still does not seem to be able to recover his full serial number.
Is there like a barcode on him somewhere? Some manufacturer information.
No.
Damn. Okay.
You have returned, Jax. Is there something I can assist with? Who is this new individual?
The individual that found this place originally and sent us out here to repair it.
Ah, so we have you to thank for sending Yax and his coterie, as it were. Ender just kind of nods and he begins eyeing what also catches your attention, Yax. Since now that you're inside the power plant, you have noticed that it's a lot busier than it was before. You can still hear the hum of the generator, of the massive reactor. I shouldn't say generator. Understatement of the century. You also hear what sounds like building. And off towards the back, you see what essentially is an assembly line of new repair drones, maintenance drones, and even what seems to be the beginning of new security drones.
I mean, such is to be expected from old world tech. Yes, the mayor here has set it upon himself to try and establish a new community separate from the larger powers in the region.
Larger powers in the region. According to our current reconnaissance data, there is a ragtag group of raiders known as the Picos Empires, and there is also the Coalition of States.
This would be correct. And he is attempting to establish a settlement outside of their influence. Hence why we were hired to assist with that. The reactivation of this power plant was his first goal.
Excellent. I can get him the same clearance that you have. But
Yes.
why does that bring you here?
Well, we assumed, I assumed that, someone assumed. Ignore me, I'm tired, I can't talk. Most old world ruins they are populated by machines such as yourself, but, well, in my experience, this is the only one that has been intelligent enough to hold conversations, to talk, to negotiate. Thus, we figured if he is attempting to establish a settlement on the outskirts of this city, some level of understanding would likely be helpful. I know people have funny ideas about property and territory.
The only thing that we've laid claim to is this immediate facility. And anything being brought into it, it seems to add almost as if this is a relatively new thing that it hasn't necessarily fully detailed yet.
There was also the possibility, and I'll look at Enders just to kind of confirm that he actually thought this was a decent idea, of relocating settlers here or closer to the vicinity.
No, that he does shake his head no at.
Okay. I didn't know if he was actually on board with that or not. I probably should have, clarified that on the trip over, but... So then...
At this point, he kind of speaks up. I don't know if you'll even talk to me right now without security clearance, but The one thing that Yax hasn't mentioned was also maybe having some of your security drones be used for the defense of our town. In a very quick whirling noise, the monitor just goes, negative. That is not possible.
Either way, I think it was still important that he understands what's going on here. As we can see, the machines, the old world here is ripping itself down to rebuild itself, and it can stay here, hopefully.
Rebuild is not the correct word. Repurpose is more apt.
As far as I'm aware, the old world wants to tear its own ruins down, so be it. As long as no one else is profiting from its desecration.
Is it really desecration to put something that nobody is using back into use? That seems like a funny way of thinking about it.
It is.
Roll me perception, Yax.
Is that a skill in this game?
No.
Notice.
Notice.
Perception, notice.
For some reason, I'm like, oh yeah, perception, of course. Like, wait, no, that's not right.
All the same thing.
Where?
You're like, where is notice?
Why can't I find it? Then, a funny alertness trait.
So this isn't... I'm going to phrase it like this. This isn't your eyes or your ears. This is more your connection to otherworldly entities. You feel a very familiar presence wrapped in and twisted into the monitor.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, if it isn't the consequences of my actions.
And on that note, we're going to switch over to the other three. What are the other three doing?
Trying
Good
not to
question.
do anything stupid.
I mean, you have Leo in your group, I think.
Well, I know Leo would shoot me if I decided to go after and like rescue those people being held captive right now. And he could actually do it. So
Leo is incredibly mellow right now. He's pretty heavily sedated.
yeah, it doesn't matter how drugged up he is. He could still hit me at a mile away. So I'm just mostly trying to recover, trying to work on the armor, trying to do whatever I can to get ready for what I assume is going to be a very large conflict coming up soon.
So where is everybody located actually? Currently.
What time of day is it? Whereabouts are we picking up from?
We're picking up probably... This would be roughly the same time Yax is having the conversation with Monitor. And it was a decent drive there. He walked, so we're talking about probably the next day or so. So we'll say late afternoon. How about that? Late afternoon the next day.
I'm going
so,
to. Oh, sorry. Go.
Leo is probably out the front of that bar. The front of that bar he found. Drink in one hand, just watching the world go by.
I assume that the mayor's house office and all that is kind of locked down since he's not there.
No, I mean, locks are a little bit of a scarcity. It's one of those things that, yes, locks are important, but when that same wall has fallen 16 times, locks don't really mean that much.
I say this because I'm thinking, it's like, what would the actual risk be going and snooping around the mayor's office and just seeing what's really going on here? However, so I'm just going to kind of peruse the parts of the building that I can get into without doing anything aggressive or actionable. Just to kind of get a feel for the building itself and, I'm saying, are there guards? Is there security? Nope. That sort of thing.
The only guards and security are the raiders, which are currently held up because they still haven't moved the product.
Mm-hmm. After doing just kind of a cursory walk around, I'm just going to come up to Leo and lean in and say, want to see what the mayor's really up to?
Finish my drink. You can guarantee a yes.
Yeah.
Why? Has that been turning around in those gears of yours? For how long?
Sorry, say again?
How long's that been turning around in those gears up there of yours?
I'd say about the time that he offered us a couple million in credits to go and turn on a factory. Without batting an eye.
Everyone's always up to something. The question is, do you take the paycheck and move on? Or do you look into it because something's got to be going wrong? Look, if I carry on hanging around with you, I'm going to end up with a conscience.
Oh, don't worry. I've got plenty of conscience for both of us. I could do with a little less if you want some left.
You, Vance, let's go.
All right. And I'm going to go get Asher and explain. Okay, so you remember that thing we did back in about like 2 weeks ago where Leo and I kind of went in quietly and you kept an eye out for any kind of signs of trouble?
Where is Ash, by the way, right now?
I assume sitting next to the bar, just like a cat curled up.
Well, I was gonna say if he was nowhere else, he would probably, if allowed, be wandering the raider camp talking to the slaves.
He's a giant dragon. Who's gonna stop him?
Yeah, if I wasn't shooed away. Yeah.
I mean, you're getting incredulous looks and occasionally get the stop talking to the property.
Name it. Name it. You get attached to it.
No, don't ever say those words again. No,
sorry,
bad, Josh. Bad.
I don't understand how people can be property. Can you explain that to me?
It's at this question that Vance and Leo show up.
I don't know. Do we really want to walk in there? We're not exactly friends, but I mean, I guess if Asher's in there that decided not to shoot him. But I'm not going to speak to the plan in the raider camp. I'm going to reprieve them of the constant "but why" questioning that I know they're getting.
Do you wish to answer the question? Because you heard his most recent question.
No, I was going to let the raiders figure that one out. I was going to let them tell him.
They're not going to answer it.
Better. Oh, we're doing the silent treatment thing. Fine. So I'll tell Ash, look, I'll answer along the way.
Okay, where are we going?
We're going to give these people a break.
Look around. They seem to be not doing much of anything.
They would like to continue not doing anything compared to, constantly answering questions. And on our way out, I'll explain. You see, Ash, we've talked about morality, beliefs, right and wrong, that sort of thing. There are some people who think that making other people do stuff for them by force is an acceptable way to get what they want.
Is it not? We've done that in the past. We needed to get the generator open, so we forced our way in.
To be fair, we didn't put any people at risk there. And let's just say that one time that Leo put a gun to someone's head to open a door, that was an extenuating circumstance. And we didn't permanently harm the person afterwards, It's important to realize that everyone wants to live their life in a way that they see fit. And it's not right to try and change people by force. It never works. It always ends up a tragic mess, and some people just don't understand that.
But if someone refuses to change their ways, do we need to change them by force? Like the slavers, that's their way, right? But if we want them to stop, we have to force them to stop? Are we the same?
The problem, Ash, is when you have two conflicting groups, you can only work together for so long before it either comes to blows or someone moves on. The question the question we have to answer is it right for us to force things to come to blows? Because I know they'll force it. They're not just going to leave, and they're not just going to give up. Keep that in mind for the rest of the day.
Okay, I will think about that. What were you wanted something, yes?
Yeah, Leo and I are going to see if we can get a better feel for how things are going around here. So we're going to check out some of the, just check out some of the stuff at the mayor's office and see if there's a way we can, get a better idea of what's going on in the city. And we just wanted you to keep an eye out in case any of the raiders or someone decided to come in.
Okay. I don't see why someone would decide to come in if the neighbor's not there, but I will sit for the door.
I think about the idea that, you could just do that literally, and that would save us a lot of headache. Yeah, just keep an eye out for anyone wandering into the mayor's office while we take a look around.
Will do. And he does like a little salute.
So, Leo and Vance make your way into the mayor's humble abode. Doesn't feel quite right, but what would you like to begin looking for?
I'd like to check for security. I'd like to check for traps and security systems.
I'm sorry. This is just the best way I can. Everybody here's played Fallout 4, right?
Yes.
Think Hancock's like office where you meet him. That's essentially what this kind of looks like.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a mess, but I mean, we're talking checking for bugs, checking for, doing the whole let's make sure we don't get caught type thing.
Actually, I don't think this would be noticed in this situation. Give me a thievery.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right, that thing I don't have.
Does
Can
Leo have thievery?
I use psionics to bolster a
I
skill I don't have?
I can give you an unskilled assist.
Boost trait, maybe?
Yeah, boost trait.
Yeah, I was saying, can I boost a skill I don't have, or boost a trait I don't have?
Yes.
Okay, so
It's the same thing. It goes up by 1 die type. Raise is 2 die types.
Hey, you don't
do I
get
still
the unskilled.
negative.
I don't think so.
that's what okay.
Because you're technically skilled with it now.
Right. Hold on. I'm just gonna do a raw dice roll. Sorry.
You're not going to roll psionics?
Yeah. Oh, right. I'm gonna start with the psionics roll.
Gotta succeed that first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so that's now just a d4.
You want an unskilled assist?
Sure.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. I can give you.
Yeah.
You get a
Wild card moment.
I can give you a
4 plus 1?
I can't give you a race, but I can give you
D4
a
plus 1. Do I get the D6 random die attached to it?
Yes.
All right. So 1d6 plus 1d4 plus 1, and we'll just figure it out. 4 explode. So 4 plus 1, 5,
7.
8.
7. Oh, 8, yeah. So
4 plus 1, 5 plus the 3.
That's
a
an 8.
race. Nice.
Is that
No
a
bugs.
raise?
You look in all the places, even the ones that most people wouldn't think to look for. You look in the obvious places as well, but yeah, there is nothing.
Yeah, ever since that hotel in San Antonio, I haven't trusted a room since. Looks like we're clear.
Leo has questions.
Leo's like mentally like kind of going back and wondering if he's seen like Vance go into like a public bathroom since that hotel. No, he hasn't.
That's why I got the little pop-up thing, And then I need to reduce because boost trade. Wrong button. Sorry. Boost trade is 2. So I'm just manually keeping track of this now. Sorry.
Cool.
So what have we got? Files, computer.
Yeah.
No computer.
Okay.
Nearly that fancy.
That makes it a lot easier.
There's your typical like office desk. There's a fancy word for it that my brain just cannot compute at this very moment that I want to use. Bureau?
Bureau.
Yeah.
Bureau, yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the 101 of trying to find anything and try and follow the money. Has he got a ledger? Has he got
All right.
And
anything?
follow behind and assist by making sure that he doesn't that everything gets put back where it's supposed to be.
That whiskey bottle at the bottom of the drawer, make sure it's got the same amount of whiskey in it.
You know, just kind of if we're doing this, we're doing it quietly. So I'll assist what Leo's doing.
All right, give me would be a good skill that might not be a skill used all that often. I don't want to reuse that. This would just be a notice, unfortunately. Some fun I can do with this one.
And I'm getting assisted, so I will gladly take that. Because
roll your notice.
But I think isn't Vance assisting this time.
Yeah,
I've got some notice. Yeah,
probably better than mine, to be honest.
Yeah,
get a +1.
Cool. I will happily take that because I have a -1 because I'm.
Jack of all trades because I helped. I don't know.
Oh no, I have to watch somebody else do it. No, the notice roll is for unskilled. I've got this. It's just because it's smarts and because I'm sedated at the moment. I have a -1, but the +1 gives me nothing. Let's do roll a Benny. Shouldn't have spent the Benny.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So, a crit fail.
You critically failed to go through paperwork.
I found that whiskey bottle.
The consequences
So
of your
entire bottle of paper.
The consequences of your actions will be known at a later date. However, one thing that I do want to bring up is you find 5 different ledgers. Three of them are signed basically money transfers from an unknown individual that seems to be designated as L to Ender's even track. And then 2 other, I'm just going to say ledger. I know that's not quite the right word. Entry, I guess, would be the correct word. From the same L person. These are a lot earlier, though. We're talking 10 years ago? And, sorry, I misspoke. It's still, the initial L is still there, but they are on the receiving end. The person who sent the money is Cervantes Kinder, Kendre.
Do I recognize the name?
Which name? There's 3
I
names.
know this. Well, obviously L. No. But the Kinder name, and then Cervantes is a pirate in Soul Calibur, I believe.
Yep.
Yes.
And Ender's Evan track is the mayor's name.
Right. Because I think Cervantes got mentioned earlier, and that one's just kind of completely gone past my mind.
It was. This is the first time that you thought about it, and the mayor did call himself Cervantes.
When he was drunk. Right?
Right.
Yes.
I'm gonna start I'm gonna start picking my own noggin and see what I know about these names. See if any rings a bell.
Not fall under. Would not fall underneath common knowledge. Because I feel like that'd be too easy.
Look, I can't roll worse than a 1, so... Actually, I can. But...
I would say academics here.
Unskilled it is.
Nice.
Wow.
You're doing okay.
The dice are weird, y'all. The dice are weird.
You got your success.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you did.
Against all odds.
You begin to kind of go through the Rolodex. That is your brain, so to speak. And it had something to do with business. You remember several years back that a company within the coalition, it actually made, like, for what it's worth, national news. Like, every faction picked it up. This massive company in the coalition went belly up due to the amount of money that was embezzled. And the person that did the embezzling disappeared. And you're pretty sure that name was Cervantes. Now, from what you remember of the company, your typical shady dealings that the coalition tends to do. So, no harm, no loss, so to speak, that this company no longer exists. People's lives are actually probably better for it being gone now.
I remember the Kinder situation. It was a big ordeal. We ran a convoy out to some of the workers who basically got screwed over when everything went down. People lost entire livelihoods overnight. It was insane. Sounds like the person who was sort of at the head of all this decided they want to, well, let's be real. They found a new business venture. Something tells me they're not here to atone for what they've done.
You think it's rinse and repeat, right?
Do I think he's going to do another pump and dump scheme? No, it's too elaborate for that. This is someone trying to build an empire with ill-gotten gains. But he's also not afraid to cut and run if things go bad.
I mean, you know what I'm going to suggest? We take the pay, we leave, we go on to the next thing.
Now we've got a little more leverage. Maybe we can get paid a little more.
Also,
maybe we can straighten some things out. Yeah.
Let's just say that the payments that went to this L are roughly in the hundreds of trillions. From the payments,
what's inflation doing?
What's also what he's received back, from what you can tell underneath this new identity, is currently around 50 billion.
Just to put that into context, what kind of market value is that?
He could have bought a city.
Yeah, I mean, power armor, let's just use that as at least just a kind of standardized point. We're talking like military grade.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
sweet stuff only hits the millions.
yeah, like the stock and trade of the... Hold on one moment.
What I mean is that $1 million isn't it's not like an amount owned by the few now. It's actually an achievable.
Sorry, let me get my thought out first. Sorry, I had to answer something real quick. I've lost what I was looking for.
While he's looking, I'll just look at the ledger, look at the numbers, and go, it's the Pecos Empire. This guy could have bought an entire city. Literally, outright. And exactly. It's the point I'm trying to make. Like, why is he trying to hire... Like, there's no reason for this band of slavers. He literally could just hand wave and make those guys go away.
You think he's trying to lie low?
I would assume so.
Just as another guy who needs to get the outside help. With questions.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm sure there's a lot of people at the Coalition who would want his head. Hence why he fled to the Pecos Empire. Now, he's just trying to lay low so that nobody at the Pecos Empire sells him out.
So the Coalition PA-06A Samasuit, which is pretty much this is their high-end, they use this for their military dominance. It is, so think of it on that scale, is roughly about 2 million credits. So this is well beyond fine military gear budget.
Yes, yeah, of course.
You could
seriously
probably could tank part of the Coalition states with the amount of money he embezzled.
I mean, literally, he could have walked in and just paid to become president of the Pecos Empire. But let's be real. This is whatever he's doing here. It's so he can lay low.
Do we play both sides and call in the bounty?
I'd have to find out how much the bounty is to be very honest. But the thing that gets me, like the big question I have now, is why even tolerate the raiders? There's like 1,000 different ways to run proxies and get mercenaries that would literally just sit in town and do nothing and collect a paycheck.
Or to crush, I guess. What's drawing him to this place?
Oh, the factory. Like, without a doubt, it's the power source. I mean, don't get me wrong. This guy's a businessman, a shrewd, underhanded one, but a businessman nonetheless. He hears about some kind of power plant. He realizes he could, he's got more money than both nations combined, just about. So he wants to start a third faction, and all he's got is money.
And with that, he can do it.
Just about. The only problem is, if he gets too big too fast, both nations are going to squeeze him. So he's trying to run a big charade, build things up, get lucky enough to be in the right place in the right time, right as a rift, generating or a power generator built off a rift shows up. Next thing you know, he's running this huge city for whatever you want out in the middle of nowhere. And he's starting one heck of a casino and he wants to be the house. Anyway.
Yeah.
On this little note, we're going to move back to Yax.
Hello, it's me again.
There was something you had asked and you wanted to try.
Yeah, I wanted to. I want to reach out and try to talk to. It was weeks ago. I forget what its name is.
Never gave you a name.
It gave me a title.
Yeah,
Something formless.
Yeah, I don't remember. I didn't write it down for some reason.
Shifting form or something along those lines. I wrote it down. I gotta find it.
I like playing a character
I was right,
who
the shifting
forgets
form.
things constantly just because it lets me stay in character easily.
But yeah, I wanna try and reach out and psionically talk to this entity and see what it's doing here.
why don't you give me that psionics roll?
What are you doing here? I never left.
Well, yeah, but I know it probably didn't leave, but I want to know what it's doing. Like, it's probably doing some. It's got schemes, I just want to know. Just want answers, man.
Let me in on it.
That's a
Yeah,
success.
come on, let me in.
What exactly are you going to say?
I'm just. What are you? Is this what you've been doing while we've been gone? You've overtaken the old world tech here?
Overtaken is such a harsh word. I am simply doing what I do. Obviously, this is being spoken directly into your brain.
Yeah, I will brain speak back to it. You never really clarified what it is you do. But nevertheless, you wouldn't be the first something to cross over and start meddling over here. Just putting that out there.
And this is your concern?
Not necessarily. You see, I'm simply searching for answers, simply looking to understand what's truly going on. You came from beyond the rifts, and you're far more here than some of the other things I've spoken to.
Could I take that as a compliment?
If you'd like. Most things are content to dwell just beyond the rifts, it seems. But you wanted to come through, and I just wanted to know why.
Why is such a funny question. It can be answered in so many multitudes of ways. I could tell you the why the real why. I could tell you the why you want to hear. I could tell you the why you don't want to hear. All are equal. All are equal in this grand play.
Well, no one has ever really told the whole truth, ever. I wouldn't expect you to. But even whatever lie you'd like to tell me is still an answer, something that, given other contexts, I can extrapolate on.
I wish to change our race's destiny. And it's on that. See everybody next time. Thank you for watching Rollsborne. This is The Price of Hope. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Bye.